Sci-Fi.
Hey everybody, welcome to Real Life Sci-Fi with Wade and Willie. I'm Wade.
I'm Willie.
This is a podcast about the paranormal and contemporary mythology. Join us on patreon.com/real life sci-fi for access to 2 bonus episodes a week, video feeds, and more. And visit reallifesci-fi.show for links and stuff. And let's welcome aboard the SSRLSF. It's our returning friend, the co-host of Run for the Roses on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network, Scott Bowser. What up?
What up, guys? How you guys doing?
How's
What
it
up,
going, man?
dude? Doing
So,
good.
okay.
I think the first time you did the show was when you just moved to Vegas, right?
No, the first time I did the show was back at your guys' pad where I did JFK,
yeah.
like when we recorded like in the bedroom or whatever.
Right.
We sat there and knocked back some like a 12-pack while we were hanging out in the bedroom recording. I'm pretty sure that's the first time on the
Okay.
the old
No, I
pad up
remember
there.
that
with-
too. It was.
Yeah. But then
but-
then we also did one when I first moved here to Vegas.
I'm just jealous that you live in Vegas and you're rocking it out there, dude. That's so cool.
It was 111 today, so I wouldn't be too jealous.
yeah, what are you jealous of, Willie? What about Vegas makes you jealous?
You're like a voice in the community.
You know what's cool is like I like not to like flex too hard about, but like because of the Sports Gambling Podcast Network and the host there, Sean and Ryan, for the main flagship show, they do a show out of Circa Casino to like during football and college, like from football through like college basketball, basically. Every Friday night they do this show at the Circa. Pretty much any Friday night I want, I can go down there and get a stack of free drink tickets. And by the end of the night, if I stay late enough, the owner of the casino himself will get us free drinks.
That's great.
What, does he like hang out?
Yeah, he hangs out at the bar there pretty much every night. And like the guys,
which place is this? I've heard about
Circa.
this
Yeah,
place.
Derek Stevens at Circa.
Okay. And it's like down on Fremont, right? It's like the new spot down on Fremont. Okay.
Yeah, it's huge.
CJ Sullivan was telling us about that. Do you know him?
Yeah.
Do you hang out with him?
Dude. I actually hung out with him here like 3-4 weeks ago. He was in town randomly, and we watched the U.S. Paraguay World Cup game together down at Circa. Yeah.
Oh, word. That's cool.
And
But
it's funny
are you guys like competing? Are you like network competing and stuff? Are you
No,
vying
no,
for the
no,
same
no.
audience? No?
Nah, we all wash each other's backs. A rising tide lifts all ships, kind of thing.
Sure,
you know?
sure. Yeah, the rising tide of just gambling,
being complete
crushing.
degenerates. Yeah.
And
I'll say this:
it's
my
the
show
future
is
of society. So
the show I do is
you're on
not
the ground
competing
floor.
with anybody. Like we are such a niche product of.
Well,
like I
this
was
is
telling
what
you
we
guys,
were talking about before. Like, so this is a horse. Okay, so here's how far we got. You have a login. Do you buy your horse?
Yeah, so it's okay. It's a digital horse racing game, and it's made by created by Ian Cummings, who was the creative director at Madden for years.
Okay.
And so think of it as like a Madden version of horse racing, right? It's like a full-on simulation, the way Madden is for video game football.
I mean, I swear this is like a game that you can play in a casino, isn't it? Or is there like a stripped down version of it?
In fact, there is a version that just moved from the D to the Golden Gate where they use a team of Shetland ponies and little people to bring the Sigma Derby game, but it's the last one in the world. And it's like the plastic ponies that go around the track and
yeah.
And it's the last quarter machine that I know of downtown where everything's all like tickets now. Digital, but like, dude, I've sat there with like $20 in quarters and played for like 9 hours straight, just getting shit housed on the comp drinks that they give you there.
I mean, that's the best. Yeah, that's all I want out of gambling is free drinks. Honestly, just give me some drinks.
That
and
game
let
is
me
maybe
have
the
fun.
best way to get them, but those spots don't open up at that table very often. You
Sure,
know, like
I don't want to.
Yeah,
I don't want to put up with it. but that's not even what I'm talking about, because I swear to God, I've sat at a table where you like have a horse, you like pick a horse and you bet on it.
Yeah, I think that's Fortune Derby might be the one you're talking about, because I played that at the Wynn and a couple other spots.
And it's set up like there's 2 rows of like you sit in like almost like a sports book kind of thing.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, I'm not crazy. That's a thing, right?
Yeah. Well, but the game I play is a video game, so pretty much anywhere can play it. There is some state restrictions, but if you have a VPN, no one gives a shit.
Right. So go on. So you log in. Are you like a stable owner?
You're a stable owner, yeah. And so you can buy horses. You can sell horses. You can breed horses, you know, with your males and females. Like they're born. There's an aging cycle. There's like they're juveniles. Then they mature into like major eligibility. And then they go into like the middle age series and the senior series kind of thing. They hit the breeding barn. If you race them too quickly, they'll get hurt. So you can, you know, you basically got like every 20 hours you can kind of race them kind of thing. There's a
wow.
Yeah, we won the virtual Kentucky Derby last season, and it doesn't pay as much now, and the Kentucky Derby sponsorship's not there, so I'm glad we won it before that sponsorship went away. But like, yeah, dude, we won like it was like $4,300 was our prize for winning.
Well, how do you mean
the race?
Are you
I have a
running
partner
it with someone?
I have a partner, my co-host, and I. And like the show is basically just kind of.
Oh, you just do it for the show.
Yeah, it's like we created this thing kind of for the show, and like that was the thing. We ended up winning. I'll send you guys the link of the clip of us winning it after, because that race we go ape because like
wait, was it your horse or you bet on? Yeah,
we won, and I bred it too. Like we owned both parents. It was like, dude, it was
I
like
don't understand. Shouldn't this be a huge deal? That's like there's only one Kentucky Derby a year in this virtual.
Well, okay,
world?
in this virtual world, a season or a year is every 4 weeks.
Okay.
So there would be like
so it's fast.
Yeah,
it's
there's
fast.
13 majors, and there's majors for other ones too. So the Kentucky Derby Major Series was for left dirt. There's also left turf, and then there's also right turn, dirt, and turf. So there's four different like archetypes for majors. And yeah, like I mean, Ian and the team have done an amazing job of making. Like Ian's the guy who invented the hit stick on Madden back in the day. So it's like he is like video game.
No, it sounds
legend.
amazing. It sounds amazing, but like, so this is. What's the real money? Like, if I wanted to get into this, so what I like buy my first horse? How much?
So
does
if you
that
guys
cost?
sign up, use our promo code SGPN. Anybody, you guys or any of your listeners, I will send you guys free horses to start with. We have giveaways that we breed every season for people that are up and coming. I also have a shitload of old retired horses that we've kind of outgrown, but are still good for other people that I have listed for like 25 cents, 50 cents, $1. So it's like, you know, you can get a little breeding operation, everything going quick. The breeding fees are pretty cheap. Like the lower level stuff's only like $2.50, I want to say, to breed the lower level stuff. And then as you work your way up, you get into the higher tiers. I think the highest tier minimum right now, if you're doing it in-house, which means you own it, because if you do it outside, there's more, but if you do it in-house, you're only paying the game fee. So that's only like, I think like $37.50 if you were doing like the highest grade in-house, I think right now.
What's the point of having sorry, I'm formulating like I'll get it. Is that
you're thinking about horse fucking, aren't you?
No, I'm coming up with schemes. I was just wondering, so it sounds like you don't even have to race anything. You could start like a breeding company and just
not really, because if you did, then those horses don't have any track record. And the stuff that sells is the stuff that has a track record for the most, or anything that sells above that value usually has a decent track record, or the parents do, the grandparents. Like,
have you ever sold a horse and then gotten beaten by it?
I don't think that's happened yet, but maybe, because I don't pay attention to once we sell them what the other people name them at the same time.
Oh, they change the name.
And we're usually racing at this point like 50 horses a season or so, 50, 60 horses a season. So it's like there's a lot of results to keep track of.
How much time do you spend on this? Is this like your full-time job?
No. So I've got it down to where I only do it a few hours a week, pretty much. This weekend I'm going to be doing some crash coursing because breeding opens up on Monday. So I'm going to get our breeding game plan together. I'm in charge of the breeding and general stable strategy, and then my partner's in charge of basically the racing and firing the races. Now, basically the goal is, because even at the top level with the major races like I was telling you about, but going down the bottom with like lower grade stuff, there's a whole different series of major stuff. So like majors, like wherever your horse is graded or however good it is, there's usually a spot for it somewhere to at least try and compete for one of these, what we call free rolls at the end of the season, where it's a race that's free to enter and there's a big jackpot. So like all the racing you do throughout the season funds these free rolls. Jackpot, there's like a rake takes out of them and funds these big jackpots at the end of the season. Now, if I was getting started, here's what I would do. They have claimer races. So these are horses these claimer races, it's just like in real life, where there's a set price if you want to claim any of the horses in this race. The game works on like its own like kind of coin where you cash in and out of dollars. You can use Apple Pay. It's very easy. But the game currency, it's called Derby, and it's 80 Derby to $1. Okay. So let's say it's a 800 Derby claimer. That means it's a $10 horse, right? And so that $10 horse, if you're willing to put up the $10 up front during the selection window, and you're the only person to put a claim on it, you get it. If other people put a claim on it, it becomes a random drawing and one person gets it. And then the person that that raced the horse, let's say I'm the one who put up the horse in the claimer, and my horse wins that claimer. Well, I get the race money for winning the race, and then I get the the claimer fee for whoever claimed the horse. So it's like kind of getting a double payout for that. But now I don't own the horse anymore; it's gone on to them. But those claimers. We claimed the horse once for like $2, $4 or something like that, and it ended up winning like $400 for us over the course of its career for us. Like there's people do put stuff in claimers.
How much does it cost to do a race?
Yeah,
the lowest race entry fee is $1. They have these like called mayhems, and right now I think the mayhem jackpot's up over $500, where it's like if you win the race, it's like a winner take all situation. But then you also have a chance. Every winner of every mayhem race, there's like a 15-digit like lotto code, and if you hit that, then you win what's in the jackpot too. So you're playing for a progressive, like a slot machine kind of.
Let's say we get a horse, we do a race. Are these at just weird random times because the cycle's so quick, or are they set times during the day kind of thing?
They're set times during the day, so you'll have it like on your my upcoming schedule. Like you'll be able to see what's coming up there. So usually
Willie, please do not get into this.
When me and my buddy,
I'm telling you, Willie, please don't get into this. Like,
it is so much fun because like basically I spend a few minutes in the morning checking the results, the overnight results. And then I kind of see what's coming up throughout the day, so especially if I like around my lunch break. Let's get in on some action. And dude, in like 2 weeks we'll be doing our final major stream that we do, where we have a full race card and we bet on the races. And dude, it's a lot of fun.
Dude, you
can also bet on your own horses. Yeah,
I stayed in a hotel. It wasn't even a hotel. It's a timeshare for people that bet on horses. It's right next to the horse track. They have a full kitchen in it.
Oh, I love this.
And it was just so funny going like, this is a really nice place. And everybody's here is like old timers that bet on horses still. Yeah. So it was like quiet. And
I grew up going to Santa Anita with my grandparents. And like, that's one of the best places to hang out in LA that no one takes advantage of, because they have cheap beers there, like good food. Like it's a fun vibe to hang out. Even if you don't want to bet the horses, the scenery's beautiful right there in the mountains, San Gabriel's right there. Like it's an amazing time there. It's open pretty much year round. You can bet on tracks from around the country there too. And dude, last time I went there, I hung out with Steve Guttenberg. So that was awesome.
That's funny. Last time I went there, I got a picture with Mickey Rooney and Mel Brooks. Mel Brooks and Mickey Rooney.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
So there must be a website for your... give us the website.
Photofinish.live is the Photofinish Live is the game.
To watch your show,
go to the Sports Gambling Podcast YouTube channel, or you can even just go to like me at Scott_Bowser on Twitter, or if X.com, the everything app for the
oh sure.
But yeah, I've been streaming live directly to my Twitter page, so you can watch there too.
Sweet. Awesome. Can't wait.
All right. Well, maybe we'll share a horse together or something.
Let's get a real life sci-fi horse going.
Yeah, maybe
you get the stable going, and then I'll provide you guys some horses for sure.
I can't allow Willie to have any monetary control over this horse. We're gonna have to come up with some kind of partnership, because I don't want you to gamble your rent.
I know. I'm not making rent anyway. So
most of the races are $10.
No, this is a Willie problem, not a horse racing problem. It's got everything. It sounds amazing.
Won like $350 a month or so, $375 on one the other day. So feel pretty good about that.
Stop trying to talk him into it. Let's do the WoW scale.
Wow scale.
WoW scale stands for Wade or Willie. It's a 5-question quiz. At the end of the quiz, I'll give you a score anywhere between 0 and 5. If you're more of a 0, you're more of a Wade. If you're more of a 5, you're more of a Willie. Are you ready to be Wade on the WoW scale?
Yeah.
Here. So the first question is a 3-parter. Do you believe in aliens? If so, have they visited Earth? If so, have they visited Earth in the last 300 years?
Yes, and yes. I think, especially with all the news that's come out lately with that, man.
Yeah.
So speaking of that, like, do you think disclosure will happen in your lifetime?
I don't know. And we'll get into this on our subject here, but a little, but there's a thing called limited hangout. It's the idea that you give like intelligence operatives and whatnot give just enough they give just enough information to like kind of confirm it, but not all the way. Like they don't do full disclosure, but they'll give you like, kind of. So it's like them admitting it, but not fully admitting it at the same time. Like
that's definitely to me, the community has admitted that this shit's real in the last 5 years without like having to say that it is.
And like limited hangout sometimes, I'm trying to think of a really good example, but maybe something like the Gulf of Tonkin incident with Vietnam, where at first they didn't come out and say, yeah, we bombed their own ship to fucking get involved in the Vietnam War. But they gave enough at first where slowly but surely everything kind of came out.
Right. Okay. Do you think that everything will come out at any point in your lifetime?
No.
Okay.
I don't think I'm going to live till tomorrow. That's kidding. I don't know how much longer I got.
It depends on what kind of horse bookie you got money.
Yeah. I've been making hip hop beats at home, man. You know how dangerous it gets for those producers.
Just don't run. Suge Knight's still in jail, right? Or is he back? Is he back?
His word travels, man.
Question number 3: ghosts.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, because I'm pretty sure I saw one time. So ever since then, it's been hard for me.
You got a quick version of the story? Let's hear it.
Yeah. No, it was just like I woke up in the middle of the night one night, and I was bone sober too. So that's kind of. It wasn't like I was like tripping on mushrooms for 2 days and then this. I was bone sober. I woke up in the middle of the night. And I was like, it felt like I was being forced down. And I swear it was like an apparition, like hovering right over me with like this really angelic face, but like of pure evil at the same time. And it was like hovering right over me, like holding me down, kind of like the ghost that blows Dan Aykroyd in Ghostbusters. But it was just like right above me. It didn't just go down to blow me. It just stared me right in the eyes and like scared the shit. And I couldn't move. I was terrified. And like, I don't know if I couldn't move by fear or if it was like holding me down, but it was wild. And it wasn't a dream because I was awake, like.
And you think it was a ghost? What about a demon? You ever think it might be a demon?
I mean, yeah, it was something, dude. It was something. Like it was a supernatural being. How about that? I believe in supernatural beings.
What about Bigfoot?
Nah, I can't get on Bigfoot. That one's hard for me. That one gets too hard because we don't find Bigfoot turds. We don't find Bigfoot bones. Bigfoot fossils would be being found. Like why? Unless you're buying into that theory that they're coming from a different dimension, and that's just way too much for me.
Okay, was 9/11 an inside job?
Yeah, and this is one that I've definitely changed my mind on more recently. Like I always thought there was something up, but Building 7 kind of all right. What happened there? The thing that I just found out like in the last year that I didn't realize is like. On the hijackers, like some of their passports and stuff, like were found in the rubble, like burned free. Like it's sort of, and like why would you even put that in a report?
Oh, dude, it's crazy.
And that's what I mean by limited hangout, something like that, where you're kind of throwing. And I don't know. Sometimes I think like they do this shit just to like muddy the waters, just for the sake of muddying the waters.
They didn't find the black box, but they found the passport.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm trying to think if I was a terrorist, would I even care about the passport? Because I'm going to die, right? Like, I know I'm going to die, right? So I guess I would. I was just wondering, like, I don't know. Would I try and destroy the passport? I guess it doesn't matter.
Well, and the fact that I know
that's not the point. It should be burned up and stuff, right?
Well, also the fact that one flight school, I think there was like multiple flight schools, but the one flight school, like, big time contacted the FBI. I was like, hey, these guys are up to something. Trying to do something with planes. Like, and they didn't follow up on the lead. Like that. Yeah. That's a major, like, what the fuck? Like,
and it just feels more plausible by the day, when you read about everything. So, but I'm going to give you, I mean, you came in at a 3, but I'm going to nudge you up to a 4.
Yeah.
So you're a 4. You're almost a Willie. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Willie, hit us with the topic.
Tonight on Real Life Sci-Fi, Operation Mockingbird. This idea is that the CIA has been paying off journalists and media to shape the way that we Americans see what's going on in the world. So we're going to get into how this happened and is it still happening tonight on Real Life Sci-Fi. The reason why this is a topic is because, this started a long time ago. We're going to go through some of the history of it. For this specific operation, I don't think it ever stopped. And I don't know why anybody thinks that it did. So I feel like the manipulation of our lives on a daily basis are still being influenced by secret U.S. bullshit.
I'll even take that kind of a step further. I think it's so ingrained in the culture of the media at this point where it's like they don't even need to like pay these people off most of the time. It's just about providing access from experts or people at the top, what have you, especially in today's digital age. Just being the first one to break a story is more important than getting a bag for promoting an agenda. So just like if I'm a intelligence operative, it's so easy for me to just have a list of reporters where I rotate them and like, hey, I'll give you the scoop on this first. I'll give you the narrative that we want to put out there.
Yeah. So, what do you think of this? Your initial thoughts of this, Wade? Are you think
this
is
back it up. It's what is it? There's a project that that exists. It's been proven that it exists, and it's still happening.
Yeah.
And it's to do they pay the journalists? Or
for a while they did. For a while it was for newspapers, and then it went to radio, then it went to TV. Like it had to grow with the technology.
To me, this just feels like of course. It just feels like how the world works, doesn't it?
Well, yeah. And I think the real debate on this stuff, I think, is kind of because the CIA admitted that they had an Operation Mockingbird in like the 60s where they wiretapped a couple journalists by the name, I got it right here, Robert Allen and Paul Scott. Paul Scott figured out they were wiretapping his house because his son was junior high age son was talking to his friend about homework. And they overheard an agent on the line. Like 1963, wiretapping wasn't as sophisticated. And it was just like, oh, it's just kids talking about homework. The kid heard that. That's how they
the line got crossed.
Yeah, and so that's how they figured this out. But
just real quick, we're all old, but just for the youngins, we had a portable phone, not a cell phone, a portable phone, right? And so when I started life, all phones were corded phones.
These guys were on rotary cord phones.
Sure. Exactly. And so what would happen is sometimes when we had this portable phone is we could hear the neighbors talking on their line, but they couldn't hear us. We thought, and we would make fun of them and stuff. And then one time someone was like, does it sound like someone else is on this line or something like that? I don't know if they ever really heard that we were making fun of them, but it did feel like you could easily hear a tap back in the day. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. And I think back up until the 90s or whatever, there was that clicking noise or whatever. It was pretty obvious when calls were being tapped or whatever. But this one was basically they were going after these columnists. And Paul Scott, the reason why they were so interested in him was because at a press conference with Robert McNamara, who was Kennedy's Secretary of Defense, this is during a February briefing on the Cuban Missile, what ended up becoming the Cuban Missile Crisis. But he was asking very, very specific questions about missile locations, and he had some kind of inside knowledge. The CIA claims they were trying to figure out basically what that Project Mockingbird was. And this is what came out in the Family Jewels declassified docs in 2007. But basically that they were going after these journalists that they thought had left-leaning agenda that were going to help support communism, some whatever bullshit they're using to take people's rights. But basically that's what they claimed it was. Now, Operation Mockingbird didn't become a public phrase until late 70s.
Well, but that doesn't even sound like manipulation to me. That's just we were spying on journalists, right?
Well, but the whole thing is CIA, according to the Constitution, was not allowed to spy on American
citizens. And they weren't allowed to operate on U.S. soil, period.
Yeah.
So
so that's why if even when you look up Snopes and all these fact check websites, there's still a lot of them are still like, nah, this isn't real. People said this is real. There's people writing books about it.
Well, why would people
like,
still be defending it when we had Prism or whatever, where we just found out that they're basically surveilling us at every.
And that's the funny part, is that it kind of proves that these websites are still working with them. Yeah. When you can fact check something and then they're lying to you and like, wait a minute.
So that's why you think mayhem is ongoing, because why would they lie if it was?
That's one of the things. I tried to fact check a bunch of things today, and I'm just going. I tried to think of.
But isn't this obvious? I mean, hasn't Trump made it super obvious? Like, he's fired everyone who disagrees with him in the press pool. It's all like OAN and whatever the fuck new.
Well, yeah, and all these media mergers on top of that, where it's like, it's being controlled by less and less people at the top.
We know that it's all propaganda at this point, don't we? So what's the conspiracy here?
Well, I think it's more that this is the culmination of doing this for the last 75 years or so. Like, I think that's kind of what it boils down to. Because when you go back to the original CIA guy who was in charge of this, was this guy Frank Wisner, okay? And
Wisner, I was gonna say, he was
given and he was head of the Office of Policy Coordination. But that office, okay, in 1948, when the CIA was first established, essentially became what we would know, because they're good at changing the names of their offices constantly in the CIA, because when you do a bunch of shady stuff, you don't want it to be tied to one like name in the group forever. So it's like, but it became basically the division of like covert operations.
It's like when a restaurant changes its name because it got a B or whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah, and also I don't think they ever used the word Mockingbird. This came out later.
Yeah, that was in the Deborah Davis book that the publishers pulled because there was some inaccuracies, and like she was kind of, her fact checking was off in this.
Let me ask you guys this though, because you're talking about this going back. These first ones were in the 70s, 60s, when these journalists
40s,
just talked about?
50s.
I mean,
the fucking 40s?
I would say in the 50s for sure you can find examples of this, because that's how the Red Scare goes down, right?
Then roll with me here.
Wait, time out. These guys killed McCarthyism, which was great. Go on.
Oh, they killed McCarthyism? I wish.
Well, McCarthy went after one of these guys, and so they just took him down.
And one of the CIA guys?
Yeah.
Do you feel like maybe they're doing okay, like especially if you take from the 50s into the 60s, civil rights, they didn't squash civil rights. Like, if they're as connected and all powerful as you guys seem to think they are, they could have easily I know they tried, but they didn't, right? So then you get into the 70s and it's fun, and the 80s are fun because we were kids and it was a lot of fun, and then the 90s you get Clinton, and I don't know, whatever you think about that shit. But it's like NSYNC and boy bands, and it's getting I don't know, more capitalism, I guess. And now we're to where we are. Do you think that they're doing a good job?
Well, I can make the argument that like the whole civil rights thing wasn't so much people at the top of this country agreeing to do the right thing versus a byproduct of the Cold War, where they wanted a more unified front at home to take on communism overseas.
Now, I totally agree with that. But
do you agree with that move to be like, civil rights are better than communism?
Well,
because communism would bring better civil rights.
I know, dude. That's the crazy thing, is that like their main goal was to beat communism so much that they pumped all this money into the arts and to music.
Because it was easy propaganda for the Russians at the time, who, like, okay, let's face it, they weren't as like culturally diverse. But at the same time, it was a very easy propaganda move for them, going, look at these fucking racist son of a bitches.
So,
we beat the Nazis just for these guys to become the new Nazis, kind of thing, to their own people.
Do you think that we would be better off as communists?
I think that because both systems
it would be the exact
valid.
Same. I mean, like,
I'll say this:
it would take one CIA guy to go, like, okay, well, I'm just going to capitalize on communism.
Like a social democracy like Sweden isn't communism. Like, that would be a lot better than what we have now. But
I just think like for the guys who are in charge, it wouldn't change at all, because they're still going to take all the money anyway.
Here's the thing: is communism. We've had so much propaganda thrown at us in this country for the last 80 years about it. It's hard to know what's what, really. because think about how much money has been spent fighting communism. If it's such a failed ideology that's guaranteed to fail no matter what, all the time, everywhere, why do we throw trillions of dollars at it? Now, it could just be a manipulation tool for markets and everything else worldwide, blah, 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 creating all this. But it's like, why are the richest people in the world spending so much money and so much capital, so much manpower, all this to fight a thing? And the only answer I get out of that is it's going to affect their bottom line. Like,
sure.
That it affects the elites at the top more than, like, it helps us more than it hurts them, kind of thing. And I think with a lot of these guys, it's like, it's not so much they care about us doing, like, they don't want anybody doing better. You know, they want to keep everybody at the bottom. Like, it's not so much about hoarding at the top at a certain point. It becomes about holding everybody else down. Because I don't understand how someone becomes worth like $100 billion. Like, at what point do you not just go like, all right, I got 15 billion. Me and the rest of my family can never spend this for the rest of any of our lifetimes. Like, why do you keep stacking at that point? I mean, maybe you create this amazing product that does better than anything, and you're just lucky. But like, come on, you got to be pretty greedy to really start piling on the billions. Like,
for sure. But all right, but like, when it comes to media manipulation, is there any? So these guys were caught bugging.
It's not like just here in this country though, because the CIA is also having reporters and pumping stories into places they think might be at risk for communism, or just think of it more in contemporary terms with the war on terror, of us putting journalists in like somewhere like Turkey and make sure stories that here's the people we're going to say are terrorists, here's the people who are not, because Turkey is a NATO member, it is a European Union member, but it's also a predominantly Muslim country, like on the border of the Middle East kind of thing. So it becomes a strategic point. And it was a strategic point during the Cold War as well, because that's where we had missiles for
It's like every time you see a country that we're at war against, like celebrating us killing their dictator, it's always a small group. And it's always like, oh wow, they put it on us to show us that we're doing
and remember when they showed us, I don't even remember who it was. It might have been Saudi Arabia. I'm not sure, but like after 9/11, there was those videos going around of them chanting like "Death to America" and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, and just a good example of this stuff is like Noriega, how like they propped him up forever. And
Gaddafi.
He didn't become, but like both got really very similar, where it's like they propped them up forever, but they didn't become bad guys until they didn't want to do something we wanted them to do.
I mean, isn't that obvious? Like, that's not shocking to me in any way. I mean, that's the game plan. That's what they've been doing forever.
Well, I'll say, here's an interesting one for me that I was thinking of, is because we always think of Watergate, right? With Woodward and Bernstein, All the President's Men, Robert Redford as Bob Woodward. You know, fantastic movie, fantastic performance. You know, Bob Woodward was naval intelligence, and so like,
I did not know that.
Yeah. Bob Woodward, like, just go to his Wikipedia page. Naval intelligence. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's naval. It might have been Army. Like, okay, but like, military intelligence guy. And I saw a great quote about him from Bill Murray, where it was like he wrote that book Wired about John Belushi, and he got famously got a lot wrong. Like, wrote a whole agenda, like mostly focusing on the drugs. I guess, that's scandalous, it's going to sell. But he overlooked a lot of the key details of all of that even. And Bill Murray was like, I read Wired, and then I realized, holy shit, Nixon's innocent.
Right.
And there's always been this rumor that, like, basically, there was like former CIA guys. Big part of it was former CIA guys were part of the break-in, right? Or current CIA guys. You're never officially former CIA, right? Yeah. So CIA guys were part of the break-in. And then Nixon asked the CIA to help cover up, that's what Nixon really got busted on, was the obstruction of justice, of him asking the CIA to cover it up from the FBI. And so, like, that's kind of the chain of events that led to that. But there's rumors that all happened as a power play within the CIA to take Nixon down. And they were basically like, hey, these two agents we're just going to throw under the bus, or they were in on it even, as like guys that had to take a fall. Some guys had to fall on the sword, go to prison for a little bit because of this to take Nixon out the way they wanted to, because they didn't like the fact that he was opening up relations with China.
Okay.
But all that came,
isn't Bernstein still doing stuff then?
Well, see, that's where this gets interesting, is because Bernstein in 1977 wrote a piece in Rolling Stone where he never says Mockingbird, but he talks like what we're talking about of that there's been covert funding of these magazines, and a lot of people criticize his work on this. And my little theory here is he saw firsthand Woodward using straight up CIA tactics to put this Watergate story together that got, and he just was, he wasn't in the intelligence loop the way Woodward was. So he saw it firsthand. He couldn't directly say what he saw. So he did it about, like a vague intelligence and media story versus directly what happened with him.
It's all so... man, I just I have not trusted any media for like a decade now.
How about
I know, and then it just gets worse and worse.
It's not even just the news though. It's like music, okay? I don't know if many people know this, but like Jim Morrison's dad was a high-ranking Pentagon official who was literally at the Gulf of Tonkin.
Dude. Most of this to me is a topic that I've always wanted to do. We haven't gotten there yet, but like all of our 60s revolution heroes are all children of secret military.
Yeah.
I feel like the whole plan was we're in a war. Let's get these people, because drugs was such a there was a chance that they could have lost the country to radicals. So let's have the most radicals be the leaders of these groups, and let's shut them all down. Let's pull their credibility from doing drugs, and let's control the narrative of what they're.
How many of those hippie guys just were there? Were mostly basically conservative libertarian types that just wanted drugs and girls. And then by the time the 80s came around, they were like Wall Street power brokers. I mean, that's a very common character arc for a lot of those dudes.
It just seems like a crazy plan. Like all these children of government people are also really talented musicians.
Yes, you're right but they also got to go to those. They got pushed into taking these musical classes and
that's crazy.
And instrument classes. Another one I want to do because the whole Jim Morrison thing was Laurel Canyon, Topanga Canyon.
We should save that because that sounds more like communism.
I think
right?
The
where
Morrison one
is a gymnast or something.
The Morrison one is the one that really trips me out because his dad Morrison is doing his peak is literally during the peak of the Vietnam War, and his dad was at the event that started it and was essentially in control of it. So it's you could if you're gonna point the finger at one military officer of the U.S. involvement in Vietnam, it's Jim Morrison's dad. That's so crazy.
This will be another topic in the future too. But everybody that was surrounding Kurt Cobain, all connected to military secret stuff. Also, it's just going how.
Just from a practical standpoint, I can see why military brats become musicians or whatever, because it's you're moving around a lot. You don't get to keep the friends, but you can pick up a guitar and play it in every town, or I understand why you focus on this kind of stuff, or you get good at sports or whatever it is, because that's the thing that can quickly socialize you and ingratiate you to new peers when you're constantly moving around like that.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I don't know about if they're purposely planning, trying to turn them into a bunch of Mozarts when they're 3 years old.
Let's see which one is Mozart. All right, let's have him start doing drugs.
But then also just controlling the narrative through folk music. It's such a weird. Who else? What were the? I don't know.
Right? Yeah, I get what you're saying, because it's what did they specifically do to help control that narrative? Was it to take away their credibility?
You could say that the entire scene was formed around weed, which they know makes you complacent, right?
And despite reports from what I've researched, Morrison and his dad actually had a pretty decent relationship, and his dad was quite proud of him and the success he had. But it does seem like more than a coincidence, right? Like this major counterculture figure of the era is the son of the guy who started the Vietnam War. That's where it's oh, okay.
I don't know. Do people look at Jim Morrison? I never really understood the Jim Morrison thing. Is he actually like, I don't know. I don't think of him when I think of like, hippies and like
No,
Vietnam
it's true.
protests.
No, I think of like Creedence more always, but like but those guys like actually
that could be a setup.
But like here's one crazy thing is, okay, when George H.W. Bush became the CIA director in 1976, he issued a directive barring paid relationships with accredited news correspondents. So it's like right there, that's in policy that they were doing it, because when they say we're banning this, that means it was going on.
Yeah.
Like, that's admission without like, that's what I mean by a limited hangout there, right? Like they're admitting it.
Well, yeah, and like
it.
the way that he became the CIA director and then the president is all funny, fun, nuts shit.
The way he became the vice presidential nominee.
Yeah,
some
for
shady
Reagan.
backroom dealing at the 1980 convention.
They bullied him. Yeah.
And then Reagan is shot a few weeks later by recording artist John Hinckley Jr. I don't know if you've seen John Hinckley Jr., who's been released from prison now, and he's on Twitter. He's like trying to have like a folk music career. And he doesn't have one song about Jodie Foster, dude. It's like, come on, man. He had all these years and you don't have one Taxi Driver song?
I mean, he's more of an artist than that. If you knew what the songs were about, they wouldn't be good, man. I didn't know about that. Is he good? Is the song?
I haven't listened to any of his songs, but like, because his tweets are, he has like very, like, you got to look him up on Twitter. It's pretty funny. Like, his tweets are so boring, and you're like, dude, you shot Ronald Reagan, man, and you're not in prison. Like, you live to tell about it. You're out of prison now. Like, you got a story, dude.
Well, yeah, but he can't make money on it, right? Didn't they pass? Isn't that the law? You can't make money on crimes you've been convicted of or whatever.
Yeah. So you can't make money off of your story.
Yeah, it's the Son of Sam law, or that's what it was in New York.
Yeah,
but I forget.
Yeah, but I don't know. That's kind of interesting that he's just out there.
But like, think about how like TV, movies, like just think about like this. Think about how many propaganda shows there are out there. The cops are always the good guys. Cops are always efficient crime solvers. How many of these military shows are about these special units?
But also think about what else there is to make a TV show about. I mean, like, cops, they're right there. It's so easy. Hey, cops could do this. Cops could
I've always been fascinated with, these Patriot games. I don't think it was because of Harrison Ford. I think that they did a good job. I didn't read the books either, but I thought the movies were really good.
Yeah,
I like getting this secret insider shit into, like Picture Hunt for Red October. Like,
what's the fucking guy's name? I can't think of the artist.
Tom Clancy,
author. Yeah.
But like all the cop shows, there's only one. Who's
a government guy himself, right? Isn't he like a fucking?
No,
doesn't
but
he have like an eye patch and shit?
He was
Isn't he like former special fucking whatever? When you see him, isn't he like wearing fucking? He doesn't have an eye patch, but isn't he always wearing aviators and like a bomber jacket and shit? Tom Clancy. I'm pretty sure Tom Clancy is like a very manly dude.
I gotta look him up now.
So here we are in the thousands, right? We've got MySpace.
Oh yeah, this picture I see, he's wearing aviators and like a USS Iowa hat, trying to look all badass.
He's a real fucking, he's a real military guy. Like that's why he knows all this shit. It's like who's the guy who did The Wire? David Chase, is that his name?
Yeah, he was the crime reporter for the Baltimore Sun.
Yeah.
But like, think about it though, all the cop shows, The Shield is the only one I can think of that like truly is like, hey, let's just show corrupt cops or whatever, and like.
No, for sure. I mean,
Training Day, like a lot of this stuff is very, there's not a lot of stuff like that. Like,
I'm really interested to know what would have happened to music if we do live in a world where they altered it in that way, and are they still altering it? And like, what does that mean? Like, would we have like totally different, would we have like future bleep blop music if it wasn't all just controlled? Like Taylor Swift is the #1 person because she doesn't sing about anything real, right?
Yeah, totally.
And to me, because like that's the thing for me is like I've never been like, even when I was like, it hasn't been since like I was junior high dances where I've like actually cared about what's popular music on the radio, right. And so it's like I've always been kind of one of those weirdos that seeks out weird stuff, and like It's so hard for me to.
Well, we're all
like,
cool. The three of us are very cool, and we don't listen to that mainstream bullshit.
I'm still discovering like random 70s soul artists that I've never heard of before. Like, why would I care about what Taylor Swift is up to now? Like, there's so much good stuff out there.
Oh man,
50 years ago that I still
it's
haven't
so
discovered.
funny. Like, I don't want to talk about it, but like, my only question is, and you guys are not the right audience to ask, but like, did people know she was getting married, or was it like a surprise thing that was announced to people because they didn't want people to like try to crash it? I guess she got married recently.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
At Madison Square Garden.
I was
think
like,
people knew.
When I heard about it, okay, I didn't know anything. That's how
Madison Square Garden. So I'm pretty sure.
That's pretty big. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't hear anything. I know they've been engaged for like a year, right?
Something like that.
I mean,
I really like. I watch the NFL, but I try not to pay attention to.
Yeah,
it's hard not to though.
The only relationship I'm interested in the NFL right now was the Mike Vrabel Diana Rossini thing this offseason. But even that kind of died down.
Yeah,
that was just funny though, because as all the pictures kept coming out over the years of them together at all these places, like
and I didn't. There's nothing. It's just he's cheating on his wife, right? Like
I don't know who she is, but
but it was like also she was leaking all these secret insider Patriot stories, and like it's like she was the one really promoting the AJ Brown trade from the Eagles like months before it happened. So there's like,
oh my gosh,
it's like so she clearly like leveraged her.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh, so we have a real life example of it without getting the government involved. All you got to do is just sleep with a reporter, right?
Yeah. And I mean, hey, I could even make the argument that like something like, I don't know, God, what's the dumbest thing you could ever think of? Like fucking Saved by the Bell is propaganda just to dumb kids down, or like at a certain point you could start really everything becomes propaganda no matter what.
Yeah,
but
exactly. I mean, but that's the confusion about it, because then it's like, well, what's real and what's propaganda? And like, I mean, certain things have to be popular enough to sort of, I don't know.
I think the goal is, personally, I think the overall goal is to confuse and muddy the waters so much that they can just get away with the craziest shit right out in the open.
Yeah, but what,
like what's going on in the Middle East, the last like 3 years or whatever, just nonstop carnage. Like people are so distracted by Taylor Swift's wedding and whatnot that we're just not even paying attention to humanity anymore at a certain point.
Yeah, but we are though. I see, that's the thing, and we're all like old, but like, yeah, I guess you're making the 20-year-olds complacent, but like, what's the fear that they're gonna start a military or something, or start protesting?
No, empathy. I think the American ideal is built on greed and more, and anybody who doesn't buy into that, they don't like, because when you make everything like a zero-sum game and you have to have a winner, you have to have a loser, well then it's easy to beat people into submission quicker.
So you think it's just a game and they're just winning? At
a certain point, I think they're just sadistic, like evil people.
I mean, how many
that want to see us squirm?
If you can take a step back from buying things, what else is there to do? Like when I try to think of things to do for free in Los Angeles,
But no, okay, how about this? Try to walk around the city and find a free place to sit down. That's not a bus stop, or just. Like find shade, a tree, and I at this point I think that most of it's just all like anti-homeless measures, where like they've just made everything as uncomfortable as everywhere as possible.
When I was at the 3rd Street Promenade, I was waiting to do a job. I was meeting some people there, and these people, they weren't security, they weren't police, whatever they were, they had like official uniforms. They kept asking me like, what are you doing here? Do you have business here? It was like it was weird. Whatever. I get that like you don't want to have homeless people run around this outdoor mall. But like, yeah, it's just like this machine of like, well, you're not a part of the machine, get out of here. Like you're ruining people's enjoyment, whatever. I know, I agree that homeless people shouldn't hang out at this outdoor mall. But like, also, what if you're just not homeless and you're just hanging out? Why can't I just hang out? Why do I have to have business here? There's a chair here and I'm sitting here.
Madison Square Garden, I don't know if you guys saw the story today where they announced that because like it kind of came out during the NBA playoffs that they're using like this facial identity software to like identify trans people and not show them on the Jumbotron during games or whatever. But like it went even further where like they would not like they were like following gay celebrities around in Madison Square Garden, which is insane to think about in New York City. A private basketball team is like stalking and like essentially digitally harassing like people because of their sexual identity. It's insane. Like,
I was trying to think of because all these facial recognition cameras or whatever, like whether the company is set out to do this, which most of them aren't, like, yeah, these secret military entities, I feel like are going to bully them into being able to use their information. Maybe what if we sold, not that we need to make profit on this, but like sold a mask that everybody had the same face so that everybody could wear them everywhere and fuck up these cameras to be like, oh, this person would it fuck up the camera to identify the same person in a million spots at the same time? Just trying to crash facial recognition. I don't know, whatever. What I want to get into is the reason. So with the idea that this program, this operation never ended, the Pentagon had MySpace was popular. In 2004, February, the Pentagon had this thing called the LifeLog, an all-encompassing digital diary and tracking database that they developed. This was made by DARPA, and they were going to release this to the public to try to get everyone on board to this social media app so that they could track everybody and figure out what everybody was doing. Well, they pulled the plug on it on February 4th of 2004. That was also the same day that Facebook launched. And so the idea is that LifeLog took over Facebook and put all of their secret tracking stuff into this other app.
Well, I mean, that's kind of the greatest trick the devil ever pulled, right? Is they were like, we're going to get them to give us their information and they're going to be happy about it. They're going to they're going to love doing it. Like they're going to use it to one up each other. And and that goes back to when you make everything a contest in this country, it's really, really easy. Because there's always going to be those people that have to post. I mean, I'm one of them. I bought this new keyboard a couple weeks ago. I had to immediately come home and post a picture of my new toy. It's a shitty $100 MIDI controller. But it's one of these things where it's like we're constantly looking for approval and whatnot. And so the CIA doesn't need to pay journalists anymore. They'll do it for free. They'll do the dirty work for free now. People are just shameless.
Yeah, and I picture, TikTok, they were going to shut it down until it was American owned, and that was them going we can't. Now, TikTok's still, I think, a good place for people to post shit that is against the grain and to find that stuff, but it's getting harder and harder. The algorithm is making it so even though people are posting stuff like these AI artifacts that happened during the Trump assassination, the Charlie Kirk assassination, those things are harder to find because the algorithm is taking that out of the algorithm. I think the good proof that this is happening is that there is AI artifacts in official videos released from assassinations that are happening.
The guy who owns Twitter, in addition to owning, making electric cars and building space rockets, he also digs tunnels under cities to have single passenger, double passenger cars drive through instead of trains because they hate. They don't want to benefit the public. They would rather build tunnels for cars like that, like these special Teslas that do the boring tunnels, versus doing any kind of infrastructure that benefits society, like with trains and subways, that we've done forever. Then he's got that Neuralink company where it's literally about computer chips for your brain, which I think a lot of these billionaires now. These guys just grew up on the shitty sci-fi books and movies, and they're just obsessed with this stuff. I really think that's a big part of the problem. And I also think with our foreign policy right now, I think Hegseth, Trump, all these guys, it's not quite because the History Channel now is all shows like this, but how they have that World at War channel where it's all the old war footage and stuff World War II stuff and video films. It's all the stuff that they used to show on History Channel 20 years ago. But I have a this is the fucking History Channel administration where these guys go to bed every night watching old World War II footage, and they think, how can we be epic like the guys in World War II? And it's well, and that's they make all their decisions the next morning with no sleep. And that's why, Iran just an absolute disaster. Hey, we're going to change the Department of Defense to Department of War. We're going to start one war. We're not going to do very well. You also got to remember how much more dangerous I think the CIA was in the 50s, 60s, and 70s versus now. I think now they're mostly a bunch of nerdy pencil pushers for the most part. But back in the day, Like these guys were like, dude, like Alan Dulles and company. These guys were some real evil geniuses.
They were straight up gangsters.
Yeah, dude. Like, and you also got to realize where they came from. Like, CIA comes from the Office of Strategic Services, the OSS, in World War II. And the idea was let's just keep this going, right? After the war ends, let's keep doing all this shady shit that we're doing during the war after the war. But where did these guys come from? Well, most of them were like Wall Street bankers and lawyers and stuff. And like Harriman and Brown, the law firm that Dulles was in charge of, dude, because I looked this up a while ago. Harriman and Brown, the Alan Dulles, where he was a partner of this law firm, guess what investigation they were in part of in the early 2000s?
What's that?
9/11.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Well, and so that's the thing too. If you try to fact check 9/11, like it's just proving more because they keep referencing the Warren Commission, and the Warren Commission, they didn't have a chance.
Prescott Bush was also a member of this law firm. Famous skull and bonesman.
And so let me ask you
father
this
and grandfather to presidents.
Scott, like fucking, I think that this stuff never ended, but like, who's calling the shots now? What are they doing?
I think the OG strategy, which definitely still goes on, is, dude, you run it through so many different people and so many different, like, think of it like cells, like a terrorist group, where if you have all these independent cells that aren't aware of each other and who's in and who's out, it makes it almost easier for them to operate. Like, part of the reason why a lot of big terrorist networks work is because they don't have that central leadership, right? They operate in a series of cells. So if you take out that one cell, you're not taking out the whole like organization.
Yeah, totally. In the same lame parallel, like you picture all the James Bond characters, they all knew who each other were. They just knew their numbers. Oh, that's 005. Yeah. It's like, well, let's just not introduce these people to each other. Everyone's doing their own job. And so whoever's in charge of them, there aren't too many people that know everything.
Well, the interesting part about in this story, like with some of the research I did, is like there was a point where basically the CIA was getting too much power early on, right? And because they had all these exemptions that weren't making them accountable the way other government agencies were. So the guy who got most pissed off about this was, J. Edgar Hoover was insanely pissed because he's like, I want to do all the shady stuff. And so he started getting really petty and like denying access and like not giving clearance to CIA guys for certain stuff there. So like J. Edgar Hoover, out of pure spite, might have slowed down a lot of stuff more the people realize. But that's the thing. He's got to remember, like, pretty much every time we get into these stories of like, it comes down to like power structures at the end of the day, right? Like where the power structures come from. And in this country, for most of our history, or at least the last 100 years or so, power structures come from the finance sector, the oil sector, Defense Department, and now tech. Like that's where the richest people are. The richest guys in the country pretty much are one of those four things.
Yeah.
Hell, Nick Kroll's dad runs like a Blackwater for like CIA guys. Like it's like, did you know that Kroll Industries? Like,
no.
Dude, yeah.
I mean, it makes sense.
And Nick's a cool guy, dude. It's like I've hung out with him a few times. He's a very nice, funny guy. But like, yeah, dude, his dad like basically runs like, or ran, and it's a different company now. They get sold. He has a different one now, but like, yeah, he ran a company that was like multi-billion-dollar overseas company where we would basically like have like private intelligence contractors the same way we have private military contractors through Blackwater.
Do you guys think there's any entity out there that's giving you truths? Do you trust anything? Do you like who do you look at?
Yeah, I mean, I think that one reason why we've seen the scramble of all these like billionaires in the tech world is like they saw how like Twitter and a lot of these things were actually bringing people together, and we were able to actually start getting some, like, YouTube's great because anybody can post anything. That's also what makes it horrible, right? Like, but if you know what to look for, you can find people giving very good information about stuff. There's some documentary filmmakers out there making very good stuff, kind of exposing things. Like, you know,
yeah, that's a good point. I love that because my problem is I believe that Facebook is infiltrated by DARPA, and so the whole point of it to me was to watch us get together, see what groups we're making, and to monitor us. And you know, there was all this like. Even the Russian infiltration during elections, I'm going like, that wasn't Russia. That was DARPA fucking messing with stuff, and you can point the finger at our current bad guys. Like,
yeah, I don't know. I always thought the Russian interference, like, I never quite got that. Like, okay, so memes change. Like, oh, I sat down. I'm Joe Blow and swing state number 4. It's the memes that are going to win me over one way or another.
Yeah, totally.
I don't know. I want to find that voter and like, is that voting base such a large block at swinging stuff? Like the guy who's swayed by Facebook memes at the last second? Like,
but honey, before we vote, take a look at this meme.
Hold on. We're hearing.
Well, it's 18-year-olds though, right? I mean, it's Joe Rogan listeners. It's the same. It's that demographic of like young white men who are like angry already, and then you throw a bunch of like memes in their face. You can make them do whatever you want, right?
Yeah, totally. And then you blame Russia, and then everything's cool.
There's no accountability for anyone. There's no accountability for anyone running bad campaigns or having shitty policy platforms or anything like that ever. And, like no one wants to admit with Trump, like winning, like, I don't know about the second time as much as the first time, but it was just like, I think so many people were fed up with the same old bullshit. And they were staring, like a lot of those Republican primary voters were staring down the barrel of another Clinton versus Bush type situation with Jeb and Hillary. And they just wanted something different, and like, I'm not saying it was right. And, I'm not saying they hitched their wagon to the right guy or whatever, but like, I think people underestimate how fed up most people are with our system,
Yeah.
And just a guy who's saying it differently. Cause like, I think with a lot of like liberal elites, I don't think their problem with Trump is his policy issues. Like, they ramp up ICE spending every time a Democrat's in office. Like,
yeah.
They strengthen National Defense Authorization Act every time. They only give more money and more military equipment to local police departments to stop, Look at what happened in both LA and New York during the early days of the Gaza protests. We're at UCLA and NYU. The bluest cities in the bluest states were like full on Gestapo tactics for being used against student protesters.
At school. Yeah. Fuck off.
Like, I mean, and that was under a Democrat president. And so it's like they like to point the thing that this is only kind of stuff's only happening under Trump, but like this is in the fabric of our DNA as a nation. Like I think I was just listening to the Dollop doing their series on Alexander Hamilton. Oh my God, I didn't realize how big of a piece of shit he is. And you realize it's like, oh yeah, you do the musical to whitewash this guy who, like in a 1946 report, our government the Pentagon released a thing saying, yes, Nazi Germany ideology was very influenced by the work of Alexander Hamilton. The guy was anti-democracy. He wanted an elected monarch that would be in for life. Like he wanted senators to serve for life. He was very, very against the people. He wanted all banking to be controlled, the only rich to have access to banking, let alone, they didn't even want middle-class people to have a chance to be fucked by banks, let alone, like it's insane. Like, and he's like a founding father that has this hit musical written about him. So it's like, we whitewash these monsters throughout history consistently, but it's all to protect the power structures of the finance elite.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's why I'm just kind of like, yeah, all this is going on.
I know. And I'm like, what?
Project Mockingbird.
How can we troll them or make money off of this, right? Like,
yeah, I think that's the real thing. You're never gonna beat them, but like, yeah, how can we? And like, what I've realized lately is like one thing I can do is start getting back more into physical media. I'm starting to get more records again. Like I'm buying DVDs off of Amazon and shit. Like, I don't know. It's like they can't take it from me. like they're trying to control and like force us into, like, dude, how many times do you open a streaming service and they're just promoting the same garbage that you'll never watch in a million years to you? Where it's like, the algorithms at this point know my taste.
Yeah. Wade's ahead of me on this for getting off of social media, but it's just like, like all they want you to do is to just they want every second of your life. They want you to be consumed. They want you to be afraid, and they want you to hate everyone.
Yeah.
And if you can do that and be a consumer still, I'm going to buy my own thing. I'm just want to be in my own cubicle, buy my own thing, and not talk to anybody.
Well, I mean, that's what I'm doing. It's not, I've never called myself a hero or brave for that matter, but I know it's a coward's way to handle all this. I'm just checked out, man. I just don't care.
No, but like you're engaged because like, dude, you guys are teaming up and doing something, and you bring guests like me on and whatnot. And like, that's something, believe it or not, right? Like, because they don't like that. They don't like the idea of just three people sitting here collaborating, sharing ideas.
That's why I'm bummed out that like when they're stamping out communism that they put all this money in the arts. Like, I'll take some fucking money for your propaganda.
I know, dude.
I don't care.
I know.
Like,
I could come up with some bullshit Jackson Pollock.
Like, isn't one billionaire mad that the other billionaire has more hit shows? Like, put some
that's
fucking
thing,
money
man.
into entertainment, man.
That's the thing that blows my mind is like back in the day,
I'll keep them complacent, nice and good. I'll get them when they're 12 years old, man, and I'll fucking tell them that like laser guns are cool and shit, and I won't let them think about this world at all. You'll get 1 million more me's. Just give me $1 million.
The old robber barons, like they were evil fucks, like Rockefeller and Carnegie, and and J.P. Morgan, all these guys. But at least they like built universities and libraries and like opera
I know it's so funny,
shit.
man. They built these things, but then they controlled everything. And
it's
so,
true.
Yeah, dude, I fucking like
patrons of the arts used to be a thing in high society. Which that's something that needs to come back. You know what really needs to come back in high society is dueling.
Dude, Musk versus
Musk
Bezos,
or Zuckerberg. Oh, dude.
Well, they keep pussing out. I mean, they keep. Who wants to fight Zuckerberg? And he's like, I'm ready or whatever. That's a thing. That was a thing like a couple months ago.
They were going to do a cage match or something.
Yeah, who was it that wanted to fight him? Do you remember?
Musk and Zuckerberg, like
Musk and Zuckerberg.
Zuckerberg would have fucked him up. He's way younger.
I would pay
money. If you want to
a lot of money
break
to
some
watch
fucking pay-per-view records, give us fucking Musk and Zuckerberg. I would love to see them beat the shit out of each other.
The fight that we really missed out on that I wanted to see more than anything was I wanted them to make Eric and Don Jr. fight at the White House UFC.
You know
event
what? That's
and,
what we do. We just
fight
turn
for
these
their dad's
people into
love.
clowns. Let's just turn them into clowns. They'll be our jesters.
I want to hear Elon Musk
fucking do it.
Yell at somebody he's about to fight. Knock it off.
Well, it's like the funny thing is like, dude, like Elon, like so rich and like such, he only surrounds himself with yes men. He would never win a fight because he could never find a sparring partner that would tough him up.
Exactly. And you think Zuckerberg could either? I mean, like fucking let's put
I think
these guys in
Zuckerberg
the
takes
ring.
it more serious. I think Zuckerberg has a lot of nerd rage.
Ass, and I'm pretty sure I would love to see that. I don't care who gets their ass kicked. I just want someone to get their ass kicked, you know?
Well, I mean, like, dude, that's why like Luigi, people fucking liked him so much. Because I mean, first off, I have universal health care insurance. It's like it sucks. And like, I'm not surprised the CEO of that place got fucking.
Well, that's the
down.
whole thing, right? I mean, that's why his charges are so crazy. It's exactly everything that you guys have been talking about, which is that we don't matter and it's us versus them. That's what they're hiding is it's the class war. So they keep throwing race and stuff at us. The Republican versus Democrat thing, like it's so fucking like
it's not left versus right. It's up versus down, right? You know,
it's just whatever. Like they're all the same shit. They just don't want us to do anything. That's why I haven't had much to say this episode because it's like, it's just
it's obvious. It's like if you can't see this, then you're locked into a system. You're brainwashed in a way that they want you to be. You know, it's like.
I think one thing people can take away from it is maybe like know why you're seeing what you're seeing, you know, because they got these algorithms dialed in individually to us now. Like, I mean, hell, like just because
I think the answer is only listen to a podcast that has like 100 Patreons because we're not getting paid by anyone. I think that's like there's the guys. I'm sorry, Willie, but like there's the guys on YouTube that you're talking about where you're like, yeah, okay, they're doing good stuff, but then like the second they get like too many fucking subscribers or whatever, you have to be like, okay, fucking, what's the agenda now? You know what I mean?
All of a sudden they're suspect. Yeah, totally. If we were to like get people to wear masks around flock cameras of somebody who would be the best.
That.
No, I know, but who
want
would be
specific?
Who would be the best? Because I was going like, would it be like a fake face, or what if it was like Trump?
Okay,
if everybody had
going to like
mask,
V for Vendetta, baby.
No, are you going to like a makeup person? Like, are you getting like a professionally done, or just like something I would buy at like a discount Halloween store?
I think for the point of this conversation, it should be the best version that makes sense.
Like here's my pitch.
Really.
If you're going to commit a crime, please wear this mask. Because what if people all of a sudden started committing crimes with a Trump face on? Would he then be on blast by police forces to be like, this is saying it's you.
No, because that's where they
right.
Well,
That's
no,
a bad
they're not
pitch.
gonna
Because I
go
do
to
think we
Trump,
should all
but-
wear ex-president's masks, just like
dead presidents.
yeah, just like Point Break, but like only do like Millard Fillmore and
what
like
did they wear in
Benjamin
Dead
Harrison
Presidents? They were just crows and dead presidents.
and
huh?
yeah, Warren G. Harding. You know, get the really where people wouldn't even recognize you as a president.
No, I think the only way to do it is really like choose an enemy that you actually have and talk enough people around you to, Brandon from work who stole your pudding or whatever.
Right. Because I'm like, listen, I don't want to commit crimes, but if there was a purpose behind committing the crime, that's kind of funny. Like I could get behind.
Well, I just don't know how you can sit here and agree with this entire episode and then say you don't want to create crimes, because like we've established that society doesn't matter.
No,
right?
I would like to tear it down and restart, but that's like my defense mechanism way of going like, I don't want to do this, but let's fucking do this.
I mean, it's scary, but stealing from stores ends up being fun. You get little endorphins.
It's really easy to steal from Whole Foods.
Media.
Just let everybody know.
It's really easy to steal from all of them, but here's the problem. Now they've got this facial recognition shit. So I would pick like this guy who I hate, that would be him.
We'll all pick one mask. I mean, I'm going like we should sell the mask and tell people to commit crimes with the mask on.
Well, we could make a movement out of it if
Jeremy
we chose
Piven.
the right guy, but it has to be like, oh, did you
Jeremy
see
Renner?
Did you see James Woods as a pedophile?
No. Oh, I mean, I'm not surprised.
This just happened. He's hitting on a 16-year-old. So, but like, it would have to be someone. It would have to be someone like who's like Peter. Who's close to Peter Thiel or however you say his fucking name. Like, let's get someone close to him who people don't necessarily know who he is, and he'll suddenly just be doing crimes everywhere.
It's wild how him and Elon teamed up for PayPal back in the day, and Elon tried to make it named X. And
he's in love with the fucking X thing. The guy's a fucking moron. I mean, you hit it on the head. He watched like Lost in Space, and he's like, "That's the future."
Yeah,
like he's a fucking moron. I'm gonna have a
everyone
robot that's
knows
like annoying.
X marks the spot. I didn't claim that. That's where you want to be.
It's so funny that for like if I was the richest guy, if I was the first trillionaire, and I know it's not liquid wealth, it's like on paper or whatever, but like,
it's not like he can't get like
I was
$1 billion
the
in
first
this
trillionaire. Personally, I would be spending all my money for people, to not make a public embarrassment of myself every chance I get. Like you guys wouldn't hear about me. I'd be on yachts. Like I would own so many islands, just taking my yachts to my different islands all over the world.
And that's why you're not a trillionaire, dude.
I would be enjoying my life. That's the thing. I don't think any of these guys, there's definitely something broken inside them because they can't enjoy anything.
Well, I mean, it's been compared to drug use. It's like,
yeah.
I think it's just as addictive, right? Like once you start getting that much money, you just need more and more, but it's like heroin where every time you do it, it gets less fulfilling.
Yeah, but no, every time it's like heroin, but every time you do it, a poor person dies.
Well, that too. Maybe that's why they're doing it. They love that. He didn't give a fuck about the U.S. state.
Here's how you know we're doomed, because they're all obsessed with trying to go to space, because they're like, no, we're gonna fuck this place so bad, we're gonna just need to leave and never come back.
Yeah, and they're all building bunkers and shit. Yeah. It's like. I that's what I don't understand. It's like, how do you hire someone that loyal to you? Like, what's your payroll if you're a fucking trillionaire? Because
if you're Elon's bunker, he had to murder the guys that build it, right? Like,
for real, right?
Once he knows how the whole thing works, like he's got to be the only one that knows the tricks, right?
So like, all right, I had to go to Jeff Bezos's house to like take some water samples. And the whole time I was just thinking like, okay, this is where this is located. This is where this is located. Because if anyone ever approaches me and offers me any amount of money, I'll draw them a little map.
Yeah. When you're that rich, everyone is your enemy. Literally.
Exactly. So how do you hire these people? Who is staying loyal to you?
Dude. what was it, a few months ago, where that dude threw the Molotov cocktail at Peter Thiel's house in San Francisco?
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
they sense it coming, and they're only making it worse. And it would be so easy for them to just pay for everything and get rid of us.
It would be so fucking easy for them just to just pump like not even like pay us off, pump the brakes on the pure greed, you know? Because just think, since COVID, the transfer of wealth that's gone upwards has just been absolutely insane in this country. You know,
it's been big enough for me to start plotting billionaire murder.
But here's where the propaganda aspect falls, because once you get to be Elon big, and you're basically like, you've got the president in your pocket. Anything you say, you basically get done, right? There's CIA people and shit like that are like not cool with that. And like we talked about it earlier, there's CIA people who are not cool with each other. And they're not gonna not fight about it. Like they have the same power thing that the trillionaire has.
That's the thing. Yeah. Is like at a certain point, right, the egos in the room become too big for them to actually, but like I also think like when we get into like high level conspiracies with like these elite billionaires and whatnot, they don't necessarily need to work together. They all know what's good for the club, for each other. You know, it's like Elon, Bezos, and Zuckerberg at the end of the day all know that if something's good for one of them, it's probably good for the three of them. And they might have their bickerings, but at the end of the day, they're going to steer the ship the same way.
No, yes, but I'm not talking about those guys going against each other. I'm talking about like people way, way, way down the line who actually do control the media, you know. Like who knows,
like
what
a prime place CIA operative. Well, that's the thing, is most of those guys come from blue blood families, like, or like, you know,
but you can't look at Elon. I don't think you can. I don't think you can honestly. If you look beyond the propaganda, which you work in the CIA, so you know how much of it is propaganda. Someone must have a conscience, right?
I mean, you hope so. At a certain point, you hope so.
It just feels like it's like, come on, man. There's a bunch of people in the government. Nobody's gonna fucking do anything.
It's like I think this is just a part, maybe like a byproduct of us getting older. Is because when you're younger, you always think there's a rudder steering the ship, right? Like that we're on a chart, we're on a course.
Yeah.
And then I think as you get older, you realize like, no, everybody's been winging it as we go all along.
Oh, for sure. But that's why I'm like, it must be like a constant. The target is moving for propaganda at all times, right? Because you got to have your finger on the pulse and know where it's going. And I think it's not as easy as just like paying off a lot of journalists.
I think it's also like part of the strategy is like the guy that, you know, like the guy that hits on 200 girls at a bar. And he's like, I just need one of them to say yes, kind of thing.
Right.
And I think that with this kind of stuff, they just get so many pots, you know, they start spinning so many plates. They got so many things in the air. At a certain point, they don't even know what they has all out there, you know, like they don't.
Yeah. I think that everything you guys have just said is proving to me that,
I think Willie's going to scream at us right now. It doesn't sound like he likes us.
No, I'm going like, you guys are so right. And I that's just something that I just didn't consider, because I'm always going like, well, you know, you just don't need to tell everyone what's going on. It's like, no, everyone's just out for themselves, and everyone has different levels of power.
I mean,
and
watch
manipulation.
the Americans. The Americans is the best. I don't care if it is propaganda. Could it be?
Like I'll say this.
Maybe.
I think we can get Trump to, the right person could bully Trump into giving us universal health care.
Oh, dude, it would be so easy. It would be so easy. It would be so easy.
He could be easily manipulated in any policy position. You just have to give him an
award, dude. You just have to give him an award and say you're the best doctor. You know how he keeps saying that he's a doctor in the Jesus picture, and then he actually posted him as a doctor, and it's like, well, this doesn't look like Jesus. So
well, it's like how FIFA last year gave him the FIFA Peace Prize.
Oh my god,
we haven't heard about this year's FIFA Peace Prize winner.
Oh my god,
like, is this a yearly award?
Could it be
is this a one-time thing?
Yeah. You're the first person to do it twice in a row, little buddy. He's such a it's so easy to manipulate him.
There's no like real, like, that's the thing, is at a certain point you realize there's no real ideology there. Like there, I mean,
they just want to be on his good side in case they ever need a favor, right? And so
but there's like no, like, he's definitely got like authoritarian reactionary tendencies, But at the end of the day, like, I feel like the right person can talk him into any policy position.
Dude,
like universal child care, universal health care.
Everything is fed to him. Everything is fed to him. He doesn't read anything. His drafts, his briefs that he has to read every morning, they can't be longer than a page, I heard. Again, who knows? Could all be propaganda. But like, he doesn't read. He's like illiterate. He only has people whispering in his ear stuff.
Okay.
You would
So,
be
like,
so smart if you did this. You would be the
to make
best.
him give us universal health care, you just have to be like fucking close enough to him and to whoever would make money off of that, whichever fucking company is going to front it, and then just take a shitload more from the government, right? Like, you could operate it as a deficit if you told him that it was a good idea. So you got a kickback built in that you're going to give him, right?
Yeah.
Hey, we're going to give you fucking 1% of this universal health care. Like, he would do it in a second.
You got to convince, like, hey, why are you letting universal health care and Blue Cross Blue Shield and all these, why are you letting all these guys split the pie up all these different ways, where if you had Medicare for all, you could just take one big cut out of the pie.
It could be you, man, and you would be lauded as a hero for the rest of your life because you gave everyone medical care. It's that easy. If you were close enough to him to just say that and give him a tiny percentage of whatever you're going to make, it's done.
Trump,
done.
Trump care. Let's go.
You know what my favorite thing about Trump though is?
Trump care.
Is
he's got a bridge now. He's got an airport.
I mean, Reagan was our first celebrity president, really, kind of in a lot of. I mean, I guess maybe it was guys, I don't know, in the 19th century, but like Reagan like came up through the Hollywood ranks, and then Trump has kind of done the same as a celebrity. That
it was like we were taking it seriously, and then Reagan came.
My favorite fucking thing about Trump is him and Don Jr. I guess for years, they're obsessed with watching the movie Bloodsport, classic Van Damme flick. But like they had a guy that they paid basically to, like, when they would watch it, like one of the assistants would have to sit there because they would only want to watch the fight scene. So a guy would have to sit there and fast forward through any exposition in Bloodsport.
Like he knows the time code. Okay, 14 minutes in.
Yeah, there's not exactly a lot of exposition in Bloodsport.
It's mostly fighting. I don't care why that guy is bad. He looks bad.
It's so funny to me that like that's how they consume media. Yeah,
they're dumb, or they saw it so many times they know the story. They don't need to watch
give me the fights. I want to see.
Give me the fights, baby.
That's like
we should wrap it up. I don't know where we went. It's a propaganda argument, right? And it just feels like we know that.
Well, I think it's
nice to hear the history of it. Realizing that it started in like the 40s. It makes sense though, because you got the yellow journalism. Like the history of journalism is plagued with this shit.
I think the key takeaways here is like the way it's evolved with technology and media. You know, as whether it was like radio, movies, TV, like music, they've always kind of had like weave the path. And then like, of course, like our journalism. I think the big thing about it though is like, okay, the CIA claims they're protecting our freedoms and the Bill of Rights, the Constitution and everything, right? That's like a big selling point of the whole thing. And the First Amendment of the Bill of Rights and the Constitution is the freedom of speech, freedom of press. And if you're manipulating the press, if you're creating an unfree press to protect this Constitution, like, what are we even doing here?
Well, exactly. And I do have to stick up for journalists a little bit, because I was saying,
there's some very good ones out there. Like there is.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and also like when you go to school and you want to be a journalism major, I didn't want that, but I was. Willie and I were both journalism majors. They drilled into you like the ethics of it. Like that's a big part of it. Like most of your classes are like on the ethics, or at least most of the ones I remember.
That made you want to fight for America.
Like the truth, basically. Yeah. It's not even America, it's just the truth. Like you've got to get sources, and you've got to have it said by like these amount of people before you can publish that. And like and I know that there are people who go into that with the ideology of like, I'm gonna be a good one, you know. And I think has to be enough of them. I don't understand why they don't join up.
Why would I
do an independent YouTube
why would I compromise a journalist when I could compromise one editor and impact the work of dozens of journalists?
Because yes, exactly. But I'm saying everybody knows that the media is bought and paid for at this point, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's all just mouthpieces for whatever corporation that made the last merger purchase.
It's just like a tune it off, because like it doesn't matter what you're watching, it's going to be skewed one way or the other.
Try this game anytime there's a major world event next time, like something big, like bombing Iran, like stuff like that. Flip around the big three cable news channels of CNN, Fox News, and MSNBC, and just see what they have going on the bottom cryon during these major events, because it's very funny of what they're trying to sell you on while people are fixated on this major story.
That's interesting.
I just came up with a great idea. It's an app where it connects one person from every country, and it's just a group chat, and you just talk and you go, hey, what's going on? No, it's a group chat. Chain letter. Come on, that would die after like 3. It pairs you up randomly with someone from every other country,
like chat roulette, then, without people jacking off.
Everyone. No, it's all of them. It's all of the people. I guess if someone jacked off, everyone else would blame him. I'm saying it's like 100 person. It's like 100 person group chat. So you just talk to people in other countries and go, hey, what's really going on over there?
Okay, yeah, I see where you're going. I like this.
And you go, I don't know. I was walking, like, I remember my aunt who lives in Florida and is like very right wing would be like, oh my God, are you okay out there? Like, more often than I even knew what the story was, she was getting fed, right? Like, she's getting fed all this California is on fire and everyone's rioting and shit.
Yeah.
She's like, oh my God, are you okay? I'm like, there's nothing happening here. Like, it's totally
tumbleweed going down the street.
Yeah. Like, there's an ice cream man and the school children just got out.
I can't even smell it.
Yeah, but anyway, we gotta wrap this up. Like, right. I don't know. We got back to it and it was a good wrap up, and now we've spiraled again. But
we got it. We did it.
Run for the Roses on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. And what's the horse game called?
Photo Finish Live. That's photofinish.live. Use promo code SGPN. And we'll get you set up. Reach out to me on Twitter or whatever. And anybody who signs up, I'll hook you up with some free horses for you.
It's amazing. It's amazing. I mean, we got to get a horse.
If I do it, I want to name the horse after you, so that if you see it win, you'll go like, that's named after me. That must be one of these.
That's one of my favorite parts of the
Well, can't we form a whole clan where if you put RLSF in brackets, you can name it whatever, but we know that you came from the RLSF.
Yeah, there's a guy that it does say your stable name right under your horse in every race. It's
what cool. Stable? Well, that doesn't mean anything.
Oh yeah, no, because I'm always seeing we got some rivals out there on the track, so I'm always keeping an eye. Oh, hey, like there's some big dog, big money stables, so I'm like, oh, we beat one of those motherfuckers.
Well, do you tell your listeners to sign up and put the flag?
Dude, we've gotten a few listeners that have just from our show have gone through the process, signed up, gotten involved, and like now I'm in like regular DMs with a lot of these guys. Never met them before or anything, but like they're always hitting me up, and like it's a cool little community. I gotta say, like it's fun, and like the fact that it's got like that Madden level simulation to it. And I'm a degenerate gambler. I'll say this: it's a good combination. It's like a fantasy team that you can play year round, but it's also a video game.
Right. And it's super addictive because I love it. I mean, I love it.
I know, dude, I know.
I really don't spreadsheets,
dude. I've actually been building tools and coding Python last couple months or so.
All right. Well, good luck with that. So, yeah, use that code if you want to sign up. Scott, thank you for being here.
Thank you guys for having me, man.
Any other thing you want to throw out?
Not just at Scott_Bowser on X, the everything app. And thank you guys for having me. This was great.
Yeah, you're going to stick around and do the bonus? We're going to keep talking about
Yeah. I'm just going to refresh my beverage after this.
Oh, great. No, yeah. Let me end the show first before you leave.
Cool.
Thanks, everyone, for listening. Go to patreon.com/reallifesci-fi. We're going to keep talking with Scott about, I mean, I don't know. I really like the horse game, but it gets so intricate. We'll figure out something to talk about, so tune in. And Willie, you got anything to plug? Or
I would say if you're listening to us and you haven't subscribed to our YouTube, like give us a subscribe there.
Oh yeah, that's free. Just subscribe to the YouTube. That's easy. What's
do that right now.
do you know what it is or how to search it best?
I think it's youtube.com/real-life-sci-fi.
Subscribe and give it a thumbs up.
It's
Thank
funny
you.
because I'm not even subscribed. I guess I'll subscribe. I'll lead the charge here. Maybe we'll get it trending because we've got 2 subscriptions now. All right.
What?
So thanks
The
everyone
internet's
for
going to go,
listening.
huh? What's happening over here?
Oh, look at that. It's trending. All right. Thank you for listening. Remember everything. Nope, that's the wrong one. Just because you're paranoid doesn't mean they're not after you. We'll see you next time.
Bye.